Greg's work with refugees began soon after he was out of college. So for him, it's not just a job. It's really been his life, and he has dedicated now almost 30 years to working with refugees in different capacity, overseas, in refugee camps, with UNHCR, and now here at this end, where local resettlement happens.
I visited him in a number of places where he worked with UNHCR. I saw him working with displaced people from the Sudan, finding places for them to live in Kenya and other countries in Africa. This is not an easy operation, and he did much of it without any kind of applause. Every once in a while, somebody of high reputation would come, and he would squire him or her around, simply because if that person talked about the need in Africa, then folks would know.
He wasn't an African, but he dealt very adequately with the authorities of African government, and he made a very good relation with the leaders. I've seen him having like a meeting with the refugee elders in the refugee camps on the borders, and how they almost convinced him when he was there that an assistance or help is on the way.
Greg really lives the passion of being the voice to the refugees, and he models that every day. He is always advocating for the right of the refugees, and he is always the voice of one of the most vulnerable people of the world.
Greg Wangerin, I think, is one of the most well-known and respected activists working for the rights and welfare of refugees and immigrants in the United States of America. He's someone that has acquired that reputation, not just based on his experience and expertise, but on his character, the basis of his character, which is a character that truly loves the cause and loves the refugee and embraces the whole concept of providing a new life, a new beginning for people who are most desperately in need. And his passion and dedication is contagious.
One of Greg's great talents is organization, working with other people, planning, knowing both long-distance goals and how to reach them. I've never seen anybody else able to take over a job and run it from start to finish. Always with careful relationship to the staff with which he works.
I remember when Greg first joined here, there was another lady who was working ahead of him as the executive director. And when I talked to her after Greg was hired, she said she is very happy that she has been replaced by Greg. And she just had a confidence that this organization will grow. And it turns out to be the same. We have been growing since. And the service that we're giving is wider and better. And that is happening all under the leadership of this great man, Greg Wangerin.
Greg's approach to work is one that doesn't separate the job from the passion, from the hobby, if you will. And he's one of these few fortunate people who doesn't have to say, I'm going to work, because he's working the whole time. And when he's not working, he's thinking about that kind of thing. So it's what he would do anyway if he wasn't being paid to do.
As serious and regimented as he can be at work, he was that much relaxed at home. And that says a lot about the person's family.
He has lived in many countries while he worked for the United Nations. In every single one of them, he found the capacity to relate to the people that were there. Sometimes he was literally under gunfire, and yet found ways to protect his family. He went to church. Wherever he was, he would find a congregation in which they could worship. He raised his two sons as if they were in America, that is to say, in a homeland, despite all the changings. Lisa. We have to talk about Lisa, his wife, because she moved with him wherever he went. She was even more outgoing in establishing relationships with other people. I hope it's okay for me to say this. but I am his eldest brother. And therefore, without demeaning him, I can say I am so proud of him. I am so proud of my brother, Greg.